It is now time for your college brochure project. You want to make sure that you completed first. The first thing you did, of course, was you did your reality check where you first decided what kind of lifestyle you wanted to have. After that, you found a job that will afford you that lifestyle, a job that will help you earn the income to earn that lifestyle. And now what's important to do is now we got to find a college that can get you that job so that you can live that lifestyle. So we're going to create a college brochure. So using the application pages, and it's in you can do your search menu right over here to find pages. We're going to create a brochure. You can type pages right in here to find pages. But using application pages, you need to create a brochure on a college you like to attend after you graduate from high school. Your college brochure must contain the following elements. You must put a picture of your school in the front of your brochure, address, telephone number, email address of your school, the application deadline, that is when you need to turn your application in, all the tests you need in order to be eligible for acceptance. List 3 popular majors, how many students attend your school, what type of housing is offered by your school, 3 activities offered by your school, 3 sports, 3 support services that will help support you at school, the cost of the school in-state and out-of-state, and something interesting about your school. So the first thing we got to do is we got to go to a website. Let's go to our college search website, okay? We're going to click on our college search website right here. And this is website you'll be using later on in your academic career. This is the website you use in order to register for the SAT. So collegeboard.com is very, very important. When you will be taking the SAT, the PSAT, you must register through here. Okay, so college search. So the first thing we want to do, we're going to select our filters so that it better helps us find our college, okay? So test scores and sensitivity. We're having a little error right here. So let's see, test scores and selectivity. This is if you know your SAT score. We don't know it. We haven't taken the SAT. So Miss Trix is just going to leave this all no preference just because we haven't taken the test. Type of school. So this is really important. So 2-year schools like a community college. Let's say if you want to go to ARC or if you want to go to the Sac City, that's a 2-year college. They're they are much cheaper. For this purpose, I'm just going to go a 4-year university, okay? Public or private. Public means generally it's cheaper, it's open to everyone. Private schools are generally more expensive. They're generally like some of your better schools, like Stanford's a private school, USC's a private school. But I'm going to go public just because a brother's kind of cheap. Your school size. School size just determines how many people you want in your class. How big is the university? So I'm just going to click on large. If it goes clickety-click, there we go. Single sex or co-ed, this means you want to go to an all-women's school, all-men's school. Let's make it co-ed. Okay, religious affiliation. Some of us, like my son, for instance, he goes to a religious school. He goes to a private Christian school. If you don't really care what your university is, you can just bypass that. Okay, now let's look at the location. So once you've done that, we can go to the location. Location is if you want to be close to home, you can just put in your zip code of your home, or if there's a certain area of the United States you'd like to go to. Some of you say that you like to go back to Texas, or you're an East Coast person. I'm going to stick on the West Coast, so I'm going to say West Coast. Okay, campus and housing. This is where you want to live. What I mean by that, well, first thing, setting. Do you want your school to kind of be rural? What I mean by rural is like in the country. Do you want it to be around a lot of like cities, or do you want to be in, like neighborhoods, suburban, as you see the house, or urban, like a big city like LA, okay? I'm going to select that. Most students live on campus. Do you want a school where the students, there's resident halls, there's dormitories, or do you want where students are driving to school? I'm going to want to live on campus. Housing availability, it must be guaranteed for first-year students, so this is just, we could just click on that. Then their type of housing. So when you have a residence hall, when you're living on the dorms, you can either have like an all men, all women, or you can have co-ed. Actually, my son, he lives in a place where only he has to have a male roommate. He can't have any females in his, remember, it's a religious school. And if he did, it's grounds for him actually losing his scholarship. Majors and learning environment. This is if you know what you want to study, okay? So let's say if you know you wanted to study, let's say if you're not sure, like you just want to make, if you're not sure what you want to study, you can leave this blank, okay? If you know what major, for sure, study options. I know I double major myself. Do you want it where you have weekend college, Saturday classes available? You can just leave it blank. Sports and activities, this may be big for some of you students right here. First, select the gender. Mr. Hicks is going to put a man. Let's go, man. We're just having some issues with this computer. Let's select our gender. Maybe we can't select our gender. So we could select the sport that's there. Here's the activities that are there. Okay, Mr. Hicks is going to leave this. I'm just having a tough time clicking in here. Was able to before. Okay. Again, academic credit. Do you get what this means is it counts like if you take AP courses, do you get academic credit for that? Paying is how much what the school's going to cost. So you can just select your preferences under paying. For many families, cost is a major concern. But if it doesn't have too big of such a hurdle, there are many sources of financial aid available to you to afford colleges. So you can do that. What type of support services you want. Okay, you can put that there. Diversity, that means what kind of people, what cultures are there. You can select. That's one of the colleges Mr. Hicks actually would go on a field trip with historical black colleges. So once you have all that, you can actually, let's do a search. And let's see what colleges we got. Okay. You don't have, you can open up an account if you like. You don't have to. And so let me just change some of these preferences so we could just get a school. So you want to find, so I'm coming up with some schools right here. So far 37 schools. Okay, so now just for my choices, these schools actually came up. If you know what school you want, let's say for instance you wanted to go to UC Davis, you can just come right here and just type in the school. So if you know, for instance, what school you would like to go to, you can just do a search for it. Either one, okay? So you can either check in your preferences if you're not sure, or you can just do a search for your school. And University of Davis, there it is right here. Here's UC Davis. And then here's all the information for you. It just talks about the school. There's the application deadline. There's the, just some of the things I needed, the address, email. There's all that information. There's some deadlines over here. So you can get some more stuff for your brochure. Campus life. This also has some information about the activities, some for students, applying, paying. So here's all your information right here, SAT scores. This is all the information you need. So once you put in your information and you got a college, you will now use this information right here to complete your brochure. So again, to get to your brochure, Mr. Hicks already made a pre-made brochure. So if you click on it, it should download pages though for you. There should be a pre-made college brochure already for you. So if you click on this college brochure pages, you can actually use the pre-made one that Mr. Hicks made, or if you want to just make up your own, you do have that option. And then once the pre-made one comes up, you can actually start putting in the information. So mine's just downloaded right there. You can see right here, it's in my downloads. And Mr. Hicks will bring that up for you. It's open it up right now. And so again, it's two options that you have. So here it is right here. I'm gonna grab that one right here, and it should open it up. Thank you very much.